It's no mystery that Halloween is here when the autumn weather's cool and the last leaves are falling. Leaves get a little extra monkey aid at the man with the yellow hat's house.
It's nice of you to help Jumpy get food for winter, George, but... Ow. Oh. Would you help me rake the leaves? Thank you.
Halloween's here! You boys hang on to your hats.
You too, Mrs. Rankins. Hang on to your hat. Ah, George, you're never gonna forget your first country Halloween. Carving pumpkins, costume contests, spooky stories like the legend of No Noggin. Ah. And jumping in leaf piles. You know, I already raked these leaves twice. Right, 3 times. Whew, I'm tired. Maybe I should rake alone so we don't keep doing it till Christmas. You can help me by picking us a pumpkin from the pumpkin patch all by yourself. Here you go. While you're gone, I'll rake the leaves. Again. Oh, my back.
Welcome to Rankin's Pumpkins. I'm their Peppy Helper. Peppy Help improves pumpkin pickin' plenty. Don't worry, the bunnies didn't escape. See? There's Fuzzy, Whitey, Brownie, Spotty, Black Ears, Cottontail, and Herbert Nenninger. Need expert help picking a proper pleasing pumpkin? I'm a peppy professional proper pleasing pumpkin pickin' helper.
George was gonna pick his pumpkin all by himself. And he saw the one he wanted.
Sorry. That one's not for sale. That's Mr. Rankin's entry for the Halloween Giant Pumpkin Contest. Pick any other pumpkin. And if you need peppy expert help picking a proper...
Picking a perfect pumpkin wasn't as simple as George expected.
Hiya, George. A good boo is a big part of Halloween. And I'm the best booer this side of the lake. That wasn't a boo. That was a ah! I'll show you how an expert boos a boo. Try and find me.
There's nothing more fun than a Halloween boo when the unexpected sneaks up on you. It's fun for the booer and the booey too, 'cause when you least expect it, boom! And when you go to a party on Halloween night, all your friends dress up and everything's alright. But there's something missing, so here's what you do. Jump out around the corner and yell, "Boo!" Ooh, ooh, ooh. On Halloween, you never knew that you could have so much fun. And you just might scream, boo! It's spooky, funny, or a dumb little one. Ooh.
experts pick a pack of perfect pleasing pumpkins. Please pick a peppy expert helper, pumpkin pickers. Boo!
If I boo with you, will you boo with me? 'Cause when friends boo together, it's twice as scary. So let's let it rip at the count of 3. Get ready. 1, 2, 3.
Hi, George. I think he's got it.
Halloween's almost here. You guys hang on to your hats.
People just say that to be Halloweeny. It's not about wearing hats.
Yes, it is. Don't you know why people say that? You never heard of the legend of No Noggin?
Tell us. It's Halloween, so the spookier the better.
Okay, if you think you can take it, but you better sit down. This will take some telling.
Oh.
Look over there. You see that old lonesome tree down by the creek? They call that Old Lonesome Tree. Long ago, near that very spot, Herbert Nenninger had a farm. No, not the bunny, the man I named him after. So, on his farm...
You named him after a man?
I thought everyone knew I named him after my great-great-uncle.
Nuh-uh.
Anyway, Herbert Nenninger, the guy, not the bunny, had a farm. And on his farm, he had a scarecrow. Everybody called it No Noggin because it had no head. All year long, it was like any other scarecrow. But every Halloween night, No Noggin kicked people's hats off. Even many years later, after the farm was gone, No Noggin returned to that spot every Halloween night just to kick people's hats. And that's why people say hang on to your hats at Halloween. Because No Noggin always returns Halloween night and it wants to kick your hat. I guess you're too little to hear about scary stuff like hats.
No, we're not scared of anything, right, George?
Okay. Boo! So hang on to your hats.
Look, George, the tree by the creek. That's where No Noggin shows up. Ooh, that story was pretty spooky and weird, huh? Oh.
Weird was right. Why would a scarecrow want to kick hats? And why didn't it have a head? Did it lose it? Did it never have one? How could a monkey get answers?
Why are you running? No Noggin won't be here till Halloween night.
Leaves are all bagged. Find a good pumpkin? George? What's up?
George needed to know, why no head? Why kick hats? And why on Halloween night?
Did Bill tell you about No Noggin? And No Noggin is bothering you? You want to know why it has no head and kicks hats? Well, there are no answers to your questions, George. It can't be explained because it's just a legend. It's not real. For one thing, no one has ever seen No Noggin. And there are other reasons. Come on, I'll show you. They say No Noggin stood in a field beside Old Lonesome Tree. But how could it kick hats off people on the road from back here? I've walked past this tree many a Halloween and never lost a hat. And who could resist this hat, It's just a story, George. Don't worry about it. Concentrate on Halloween games, costumes, contests. Hey, you want to go watch them set up the Boo Festival in town?
George was disappointed. He really wanted the legend to be true.
Let's see. That's where we'll bob for apples. That's Pin the Bat in the Cave. There's the giant pumpkin contest.
Ooh.
Oh, that's the haunted house. The Quints are running it this year. Right, Mrs. Quint?
Oh, it's not just a haunted house. It's the haunted house of very scary fish. For nervous types, next door we have the regular house of perfectly normal fish.
Hi, guys! Don't forget to enter our contest. Prizes for the best Halloween costume.
George got so excited, he forgot he couldn't read.
Ada, is that really the prize?
Uh-huh. First prize is a Kurtzberg 828 recharging electric leaf sucker painter.
Oh, I always wanted a Kurtzberg 828 recharging electric leaf sucker pater.
It's the most powerful leaf vacuum in the world.
If we had that, I could have raked the lawn 20 more times today without getting a sore back.
George was going to make the best costume and win that prize, for him and the man.
Nice head, Mr. Quint. Is that your Halloween costume?
Oh, this isn't the whole thing. I'm still working on my body. Hope I win. Always did want a Kurtzberg 828 recharging electric leaf sucker painter.
Oh, me too. But if your body is as creepy as your head, you are going to win for sure.
Winning this contest might not be so easy. George needed some good costume ideas. Maybe he would find some at the Boo Festival.
I can't wait till the sun goes down tonight. We're all gonna meet at the street light. Yeah, tonight. There's so many friends I wanna see. I keep wondering what we're all gonna be. What are we gonna be? 365 days a year, and this is number one. 'Cause it's time to get your costume on. Grab your hat and bring it along. It's Halloween today. We'll keep going till our feet get sore. We're gonna knock on every door. It's Halloween today.
Shark-beating ideas don't come easy. But that might be one.
George, be careful.
I gotcha.
Sorry, Mr. Delgado. Where did George go?
Oh, this is my Halloween costume. It won't fit a little monkey.
Hey, you guys! The Rankins want all store owners to get a pleasing pumpkin present.
Thanks there, William.
Hey, George. The No Noggin legend wasn't too scary for a city kid, was it?
He's fine. I explained it wasn't real.
Of course it's real.
Yeah, of course.
I've even got a photo of No Noggin somewhere in my antique storeroom.
Cool.
What?
My great-granddad put it back here with the rest of the Herbert Nanager things so as not to scare folks. I never come in here, as I'm allergic to, terror. I need your help finding it. It's somewhere back here.
George thought if they could find a photo, the No Noggin mystery could be solved.
Careful, George. These might be valuable antiques.
Not to me. Folks think it would attract No Noggin. Would you want him hanging around your home? Ah, here's what we're looking for. That's Herb on his farm. And see, by Old Lonesome Tree, that's No Noggin.
Wait, that scarecrow's got a noggin, so he can't be No Noggin, or he'd be called just Noggin. Yeah, and where's the creek? No Noggin's tree is by the creek, so that must not be No Noggin's tree, which means that scarecrow is not No Noggin.
So the legend is only a story.
Thanks for loaning George the photo album, Mr. Delgado.
You're welcome. Now don't forget to hang on to your hat. I mean, see you on Halloween.
Without No Noggin, it just won't be the same.
I guess folks don't need to hang on to their hats and run past Old Lonesome Tree ever again.
Now what are we gonna yell? It's Halloween, your hat's perfectly safe. No fun there.
George hoped there would be a costume idea in this old photo album, but he couldn't stop thinking about how sad his friends were that there was no more No Noggin.
Oh, I shrunk my favorite sweater. Oh.
Wait, what if there was a No Noggin? Better than a shark. For Halloween, George would be No Noggin. And the Kurtzberg 828 recharging electric leaf sucker pater would be the man's. And his. George couldn't walk around holding his shirt up. Being headless wasn't simple.
George, wash up for lunch.
This was so perfect, George wanted to keep it secret and make it a huge surprise. He had to hide it so the man wouldn't see it. George was ready for Halloween. There was nothing else to worry about. Or so he thought. Huh?
Huh. It's an old map of Herbert Nenninger's farm. It's right here. Where's our house? Let's see, if the lake is here and the creek is over there, our house is... Wait. That can't be right. You guys know this country better than anyone. What do you think?
Let me see here. I see what you mean. It sure looks like it could be the same place.
Now, just a minute. Look at the tree in the road. Yep, matches up.
That means that the very spot our house is on was once Herbert Nenninger's farm.
In that case, Herb Scarecrow wasn't by Old Lonesome Tree at all. It was here.
Could this be the place? Had anyone seen No Noggin here? Jumpy was no help. He ran from everything so fast he wouldn't notice a scarecrow.
I never lost a hat by Old Lonesome Tree, but I lost 2 hats and a papier-mâché giraffe head right here.
Whoa. I lost hats here, too.
I was 7. Helmet off my astronaut costume. Here. Exactly here.
So we've been looking at the wrong tree. No Noggin has been here my whole life?
If the man with the yellow hat believed, it must be real, which meant there'd be a ghostly, headless, hat-kicking scarecrow right outside George's window.
Don't worry, it's not like your house is haunted. Just your yard.
And only once a year.
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Unless he comes early.
Making a jack-o'-lantern will help get our minds off of you-know-who or what. Don't worry, George. There aren't really Oh. That was the wind? Okay, I don't know what that was. This is silly. Let's just carve our pumpkins and finish decorating.
Just heard something crazy, like a squeak from a roller skating mouse, or a blackbird scratching a blackboard. You can't tell in a kind of sort of haunted house. I guess there ain't no reason to worry, 'cause it just might be Santa Claus. Whoops, showing up too early. Bet he's never seen a kind of sort of haunted house. Why are we shaking? We've never been worried before, but my knees are quaking. So you check the windows and I'll check the door. I just heard some footsteps. Are they coming from inside or out? Oh, it's just a cat at the doorstep. You get jumpy in a kind of sort of haunted house. Yeah! Look at that! Why are we shaking? We've never been worried before. My knees are quaking. So you check the windows and I'll check the door. I know there's nothing here to be scared of. So what's all this fretting about? I just can't help but thinking that we're living in a kind of sort of haunted house. I said I just can't help but thinking that we're living in a kind of, sort of, nearly, almost haunted house.
We're in our own house. We have nothing to worry about, right?
George wasn't so sure. With no noggin right outside his house, anything could happen.
Ah!
Did I scare you?
Yes, you did. That's not what you came to ask, I hope.
No! I was brushing my teeth and heard the good news. No Noggin lives! And with you!
Aww.
You have nothing to worry about. I'll be watching your house. Imagine seeing a hatting with my own eyes, just like the legend says.
Yeah, well, thanks for stopping by, Bill. See you tomorrow.
Fool yourself. I know you're there, waiting to pounce. Yeah! Just brushing my teeth. See?
Okay, what do you say we put the candle in the pumpkin? The address is ours, George. That's odd. It's a very old letter from Hypatia. Looks like she's Herbert Nenninger's daughter. It says that the farm's new owner asked her if it was haunted, and she answered, "I will tell you all I know." The hair on the back of my neck stood up. Are you ready? I know, I'm as curious as you are. Well, almost as curious. Here we go. Long ago, my father made a scarecrow from his old clothes. His hat fit its pumpkin head perfectly. Daddy was proud when people stopped to admire it. And the scarecrow felt proud and happy too. Until Halloween morning, when its head was gone. Daddy chased the culprit but couldn't catch up. He promised a fresh head for the scarecrow to wear its hat on. But no other pumpkin was a perfect fit for the hat. And Daddy wouldn't give it a head that wasn't perfect. By that night, they say the scarecrow became so frustrated at being headless, it didn't like anyone else to wear a hat. Since then, it has returned every Halloween night, the night it lost its head, to kick people's hats. And it will continue until it gets a new head. I cannot prove this story is true, but that is how I heard it. Wow. Unbelievable.
No Noggin kicks hats because he doesn't have a head. Maybe No Noggin would stop kicking hats if George could find him a new head.
Oh, you want to find No Noggin a new head so it'll go away. Good idea, buddy. Oh, but we don't know what size pumpkin would be just right for the hat. right. No Noggin had its pumpkin head in the photo. We can check the head size. George, where's the photo? Oh boy. George, what are you doing? Oh, too bad, buddy. That was a good idea.
George could get his own photo of No Noggin. Its hat would tell him exactly what size its head should be. George hoped this would be a good spot for a picture, but the tree seemed too far away.
George, did you see a weird flash of light? It's a picture of you, George. Go to sleep. What did you put in here? No Noggin! You scare me, but that won't stop me! Get out of our house! Oh, oh!
This was the bravest thing George had ever seen. Fighting a scary legend right in their house. He was missing his chance for a photo of No Noggin. Amazingly, No Noggin looked exactly like George's costume.
Oh no. Huh? What? Where did it go? That's all it was? Pants and a shirt? And a hat?
George didn't get a photo of No Noggin, but he captured the man with the yellow pajamas in action. So brave. Which proved George's costume was great even when no one was in it. And it gave him an idea to make it even better than great. In the morning, George brought his costume plan to Mrs. Rankins.
Sure, George. I've got the tools to do this. I'll leave it on your back step later.
George then told Allie about his picture-taking plan, hoping to get her help.
You want a picture of No Noggin so you can figure out his head size and then get him a new pumpkin head? Oh, well, that's a great idea. Let's do it. But the pumpkin patch closes at sundown. You better get some pumpkins so you'll have some to choose from. Oh, and we meet here at sunset, 'cause that's when No Noggin first comes out.
Then he and the man with the yellow hat went picking noggins.
Oh, how about this one, George? That one, too? Well, how many do you want, George? Oh, you want all of them? Well, we can't afford to buy them all, George.
You say you want to buy them all?
Well, yeah, but we don't have the money.
Well, if you can solve my problem, I'll give them to you free.
Well, what's your problem?
Every year I enter the giant pumpkin contest, and every year I come in second place. First prize always goes to Gorge Gregory, my arch pumpkin nemesis.
Oh, I think you'll win this year. That looks like a one-tonner.
That's my problem. See, I can't move it. I can't win if I can't get her to town for the contest.
Sorry, a one-ton pumpkin cannot be moved by two guys and a monkey.
George thought they had to move it. It was the only way they could get pumpkins for No Noggin.
You want to go fishing? Now?
Huh. Hey, remember George's kite fell in the silo and he dove in after it? You took a winch and pulley, lowered me in, and I pulled George up. George thinks we might lift this pumpkin the same way. Good job.
Oh, great!
Two guys and a monkey can move a one-ton pumpkin, if you have the right monkey.
I want to deliver your reward right away.
Really?
You bet. Bill, we're making a delivery.
There was every size of pumpkin here. When George got his photo of No Noggin, he could easily pick the right size head.
Thanks, Mr. Rankins. Gotcha! Now let's haul your pumpkin to town so you can win the blue ribbon. You sure you don't want to come? Bye.
Now that George had all the pumpkins he needed, it was time to find the perfect place to take a picture of No Noggin.
Ow! My truck's old rear end won't make it. We better get the pumpkin out so I can have the truck towed. Now how do we move it? We could roll it down the hill, but I'm afraid we couldn't stop it.
Let's see what they have in town.
Well, if it isn't Gord's Gregory.
Huh! No pumpkin this year, Rankins?
You kidding? It just crushed my truck. Can I borrow the skid loader?
Sure. After we bring all those in.
I hope my pumpkin's safe.
What could possibly bother a one-ton pumpkin?
Ooh. This was the best No Noggin view of all.
Hey, George! What do you think I am? I'm a spider! Hey, did you find the best place to get the picture of No Noggin? Oh, great! And did you get the pumpkin? Oh, wow! We're sure to find the right head for No Noggin now. Meet here at sunset.
Now that George had everything in place, he couldn't wait to see the Boo Festival.
Didn't I say you'd never forget your first Halloween in the country, George? Too bad it only comes once a year.
There's so many things that we can do at the street fair, just me and you. So many things to do. Bobbing for apples and taking a hayride. The ring toss and the smell of pumpkin pie. Give me some of that pie. Whoever thought that there could be a day that is so much fun? 'Cause it's time to get your costume on. Grab your hat and bring it along. It's Halloween today. We'll keep going till our feet get sore. We're gonna knock on every door. It's Halloween today.
Welcome to the haunted house of very scary fish. Welcome to the regular house of perfectly normal fish.
It's time to get your costume on. Grab your hat and bring it along. It's Halloween today.
You haven't gone to get your pumpkin yet?
No, I'm last in line. I hope I don't miss the contest.
Contest? George didn't want to miss his contest either.
Huh?
It was time to put on his costume.
See you later, George.
George! Oh, I couldn't find you. We have to get in place with the camera.
His costume would have to wait.
I wish we had a hat. I'm afraid No Noggin won't even show up unless he has a hat to kick. Or maybe we're too late and we already missed him. A shadow! Yeah, it's here! Take a picture! Take a picture!
Huh?
False alarm. He's got a noggin.
What are you guys doing?
We're getting a photo of No Noggin.
Oh, you'll be famous. Can I help? By help, I didn't mean be the bait. Shh. It's more fair if we take turns. I'm hatted. I'm hatted! I've been hatted!
Follow that hat! George, we got No Noggin trapped in a cave! What do we do now?
There comes a time when you have to ask yourself, what would the man with the yellow hat do?
You scare me, but that won't stop me.
George! That was the bravest thing I ever saw a monkey do with a camera.
They expected to see No Noggin. What they saw was shocking.
Isn't that the squirrel from your yard? Uh-huh. Wow. That's a lot of hats. There's Bill's hat. And it's full of acorns. That's exactly what I was thinking.
It seemed to Jumpy they wanted an explanation. So he told them the true story of hats and Halloween. Long ago, Jumpy's great-great-uncle Maurice Squirrel lived in a tree next to No Noggin. He didn't like the taste of dirt. Then one day, he had an idea for keeping his acorns in a clean place. Good idea, but he would need a different hat. Luckily, it was Halloween, when people wore big hats. They didn't see Maurice, so they blamed the Scarecrow. Maurice took new hats every Halloween and had clean acorns all winter. That's how local squirrels have celebrated Halloween ever since. It was clear to George that the hattings were the work of squirrels.
Oh. Does this mean No Noggin was just squirrels taking hats to store food?
It wasn't about a scarecrow who was angry at hats. It was just nuts.
Oh, I can't wait to see people's faces when they hear there's no such thing as No Noggin.
Then George remembered the last time there was no noggin.
Without No Noggin, it just won't be the same.
Now George wasn't sure that telling was a good idea. But would Allie understand?
Oh, we're gonna be so famous! Go get your costume and meet me in town!
His costume, George almost forgot. George was relieved. Mrs. Rankins had delivered the special part of the costume.
George? Allie? Anybody there? No Noggin. Gotta get help.
Why was Bill running away?
Stay away from me, No Noggin!
George dropped the part that made this the best costume ever.
This is taking longer than I thought. What is that? Bill? Pumpkins!
No Noggin!
Back up, back up!
When George gets here, there's gonna be a big surprise for everyone.
Skid loader, clear the street!
No Noggin!
No Noggin! No Noggin is real, really. Oh, that squirrel didn't know what he was talking about. I wish George was here to see this. Huh?
I can't control it!
Oh my goodness
Hurry,
indeed.
Mr. Quinn.
Oh my goodness! Look at that! First place!
I won?
Yes! For most weight, plus extra points for speed and accuracy.
Well, I'll be. Good job.
I saw No Noggin run this way. Oh, who's that? Oh, that is the best costume ever! Oh, but you missed No Noggin. It was here, for real, really real. Huh?
No Noggin was here.
Bill is world famous all over town because everyone saw No Noggin chase him. Huh?
It chased me all the way to town leading a pumpkin swarm. Like this.
George knew exactly who everyone saw chasing Bill. It wasn't No Noggin.
My heart is still racing. I saw No Noggin with my own eyes.
And you had me convinced there was no such thing. I was so sad.
I haven't had this much fun on Halloween since I was 5.
Maybe No Noggin will show up in town next year and we'll get a better look.
I can't wait a year to find out. I wish next Halloween was tomorrow.
I guess we would have been wrong to tell that thing we were gonna tell. We learned a valuable lesson today, George. Never repeat what you hear from a squirrel. Boom! Hide. Hey, everyone! Look at George's costume!
George, are you me? You could have been any monster or ghoul, and you chose me. I'm truly honored.
George realized he didn't have to win the contest. He'd made the man happy. And that was better than anything.
Is this the best Halloween our town ever saw, or what?
Yeah!
And now the big moment, the prize for best costume.
Hurrah!
For realism and perfect detail, Mr. Quint. And for originality, because come on, who else would have thought of this costume? George! It's a tie!
Way to go!
Is that what I look like when I'm happy?
Here are your suckapators!
George, don't turn that on. George, turn it on.